Welcome back to What If Vegeta Never Turned Good. I'm enjoying this series, hope you're enjoying it too. And with all that being said, let's get to the Moro arc.
As Beerus would be watching Vegeta train, Beerus would want to test Vegeta. Beerus was thinking about having him become the next god of destruction. Vegeta showed promise. So, since Vegeta showed promise, Beerus decided to put him up with a test. But what kind of test could he use? He could fight himself, but he would be expecting that. Vegeta and Beerus have fought many times. Even though he's always held back, him simply going all out wouldn't be a big enough test, since he knows a lot of his moves. True, Beerus can easily crush him, but he wants a test he can actually pass. Beerus kept thinking on and on and on and on until he came up with an idea. He can introduce someone to him, someone with a unique ability that can pose him a challenge. Moro. He remembered this guy, absorbing planets, which he didn't do anything about because it made his job easier. He asked Whis to tell him where he was, and he was in Galactic Patrol prison. Beerus had an idea to break him out and train him, to make him a threat for Vegeta. Beerus would wait for Vegeta to leave after he was done training. After that, Beerus looked at Whis, and Whis said, "I don't think this is a good idea, my lord." "Why not? You don't think Vegeta can take him?" "I do." "Then you're worried about lives being lost?" "I'm a destroyer. It's my job." Whis would say, "No. I'm scared it'll make Vegeta too strong. Testing him like this, like he's some wild animal, will make him mad. And once he passed the test, he'll gun for your head." Beerus would laugh and say, "Vegeta won't come after me. He knows better. Besides, Whis, if he does, I could just destroy him." Whis says, "You underestimate him." Beerus would then get angry and say, "I am a god of destruction. If anything, he will underestimate me." Whis would say, "Whatever you say, my lord." As Beerus went to Galactic Patrol prison, he told them what they were going to do, and they were highly against it, but they couldn't do much. As Beerus went to a cell, he looked straight at Moro. Moro would look at him and say, "Beerus, so are you here to destroy me, the one who can kill me?" Beerus would laugh and say, "No. And in fact, it's quite the opposite. I need you."
Need me? For what? Beerus would look at him smirking. "You see, I have a new pupil, but I want to test him, and you will be a great test." Moro looked down, despising this. He can't believe he was someone's test dummy. Like a rat in a maze. However, Moro would still be excited because he gets to go out, and more important than anything, he gets to feed. Beerus says, "I'll show you some planets where you can feed. Then once you reach full power, I'll give you some of my destruction power." Moro would smirk, but as soon as he fed enough, he knew he could eat Beerus. Or at least that's what he thought, but he was mistaken. As Beerus led him to some planets, Moro would begin to absorb their energy as the screams filled the air. Blaster fire went against Moro, but it did nothing, as his long white beard slowly started to shrink as he got younger and younger and younger. Moro would then begin to do this to other planets, absorbing all their people, gaining all of their power, and destroying the cities. And as he did this, he felt the power course through his vein. Beerus made sure to do this to backwards planets far off of Vegeta's empire, so he couldn't tell. This made Moro have less food, but even though he was growing slower than he could, he still grew quite fast, for a normal person at least. As Moro got stronger and stronger and stronger, he finally reached his youth. As Beerus said, "I think you're almost ready. I just need to give you a little power." Moro would say, "I agree," as he held up his hand and started to steal Beerus' energy. Beerus looked at him and said, "That might have been the dumbest thing you've ever did." As then he kicked him straight to the floor. Moro got up and started to fight Beerus, but he was no match. Beerus used his Ultra Ego form to break all of Moro's ribs as he fell to the floor, bleeding out. As then Beerus put a foot straight on his neck and slowly started to press it down. "I could kill you right here, right now. You really think your life means that much? I am a destroyer. I let you do this because you make my job easier. I let you do this because I need a break sometimes and don't want to wipe out planets. That's the reason I didn't kill you in the first place. Now you dare challenge me? I could end your life in a snuffle. Do you understand that? Do you understand how weak and pathetic you truly are?" He would yell as he would step down more and more onto Moro's neck as it almost snapped. Moro began to choke out as he begged for mercy. He begged to live. Beerus thought about killing him, but he needed him as he put his foot off of his neck. "Do that again, it'll be your demise. Now, I'm gonna give you some destruction energy. Got it?" Moro would look at him and nod. "Good. Now follow me back to my planet. Whis and Beerus would go with Moro back to Beerus' planet, as we cut to Vegeta.
Vegeta would be at his home planet, confused on what to do. Vegeta made his capital like his home planet, and he offered food and tons of things to Whis and Beerus every time they showed up, but it's been a while. Usually every couple weeks they would show up, but it's been months. Vegeta doesn't know what's going on, but he has a bad feeling about this. Maybe Beerus is gonna try to kill him. After all, he did get rougher and rougher after each training session, and he's getting too strong. He said he needed a replacement, but he also likes to have fun. Maybe he changed his mind, decided to kill him, to say God of Destruction forever. Vegeta was getting quite worried, as he decided to train with Trunks to try to teach him Ultra Ego. Trunks went over to Beerus' world a couple times, but he wasn't interested in Ultra Ego. He was interested in Ultra Instinct, the technique of the angels, but it was far harder to master, at least for a Saiyan, because instead of using pure anger and strength, you use calm and stability, and you move and fight without thinking. That's hard for a raw warrior like Saiyans to master, to say the very least. As Trunks and Vegeta trained, they began to talk about things. How are you doing, son? I'm doing well. Trunks would tell him about how the Empire's doing, but how he heard rumors about planets being wiped out, planets being destroyed. Vegeta would think that was Beerus. Beerus was sending him a message. He was wiping all of the planets around his empire to make them all surrounded, to make it so there was nowhere to conquer. He was taking out his food source, so to speak, to cripple the Empire before he killed him himself. At least that's what Vegeta thought. As Vegeta would start to train like he never had before, because he was going to be ready. He wasn't just going to let Beerus kill him. Even if Beerus is stronger, he's not going to go without a fight. As then we cut to Beerus. As Beerus would say, bow, Moro. Do I have to bow? He would look at a serious look. I said bow. As he bowed down, Beerus then held up some God of Destruction energy. I'm going to give you this power, and you'll be in a temporary state of Ultra Ego. However, it won't last too long. So, you better make it count. How it works is, the more power you use, the less and less you have it. And it will make your attacks more incredible, more amazing, more defined. But if you do too many attacks, your form will run out. Got it? Think of it like a day pass. Moro looked at him and nodded. Yes, I understand, Lord. Now give me the power. As Beerus gave him this power of Ultra Ego, Moro would smirk, as then he went off to Vegeta's capital planet. Vegeta would be in bed, not really sleeping, awake, knowing Beerus could come for him at any time. As then he heard explosions, he flew out and saw Moro. A purple aura came around him. Hello, Vegeta. Who are you? To be honest, it doesn't matter, because I'm the last thing you'll see. As Vegeta turned Ultra Ego, Moro used his temporary state of Ultra Ego to keep him back, as he started stealing Vegeta's energy. Vegeta felt his life force draining. He knew he had to do something fast. So, Vegeta kept fighting, as he launched Hakai after Hakai after Hakai, using all of his Ultra Ego techniques that he could think of. Each time he used it, Moro's techniques began to shrink, as he started to lose more and more of his Ultra Ego form. Even though he got weaker and weaker and harder to defend, Vegeta was losing more and more energy, until eventually Moro's Ultra Ego form was completely gone, but Vegeta was to the floor, almost sapped out, as Moro began to laugh. You really think you could defeat me, Vegeta? Vegeta would laugh and say no, but he can, as suddenly a fist would come through Moro's chest, as he would look behind him. You were so caught up with me, you didn't even realize my son was behind you. You let your god down. All I need to do is get rid of your Ultra Ego state, so then he could take you out. As Trunks pulled out his fist, Moro fell to the floor and began to scream, No! No, this can't be it! I can't lose like this! As he began to cry, Trunks said, What a baby. You deserve death. As then he killed him. He picked up his father and said, Are you okay? Yeah. Looks like you saved my ass again. You already did when you were a kid. Trunks would smirk and say, Just think of it as payback for you taking care of me and you saving me against Goten Black. As they both laughed, Trunks took away Vegeta into the healing tank, and Vegeta would heal. As Beerus watched all this from Whis' staff, he would smirk. It seems that my pupil is ready. Soon he'll be a god of destruction, or he'll be erased trying. And that is where we're going to leave things off. Hope you all enjoyed this video. I know I did. The next 2 videos will probably be the final one. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share it with all your friends. Love you all. Have an amazing day. Peace out.